Name, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Did you see it? I did. One sentence summary. An evil guy does stuff, and a ragtag group of heroes try and stop him in space. Could you beat the villain? Spoiler alert, Emperor Palpatine is back out of nowhere, and he wants to possess Rey so he can be young and live in her body and stuff like that. And there's a prophecy that, or something along those lines, that if she kills him, he will go, his energy or spirit will go into her body and live long he shall. If that were me in the same situation, I'd be like, oh, okay, so if I kill you, you're going to possess me. Cool, cool, cool. Hello, friends. Hello, friends who are just above me. Yeah, do you mind blowing this place up or shooting them or something? Cheers, guys. Problem solved. How do you improve the film? So, it feels like they went out of their way to correct The Last Jedi. So, for example, in that film, Rey's parents were nobodies. But in this film, their mum was a Palpatine, so related to the Emperor. Kylo Ren basically does, well, you didn't let me finish my sentence. And then Rey throws away Luke's lightsaber. And he catches it. And she's just saying, well, I just did what you were doing in the last movie. And he was like, yeah, I was wrong. I made a mistake. And then Rose and Finn, who were a thing in the last film, were not a thing in this film. They said like, hey, how's it going? I'm alright, cheers. And then that was it. Also feel like there was a lot in this film that should have been set up previously, instead of just like dumped on you or whatever. So Leia trained to be a Jedi and had her own lightsaber. That's not been mentioned previously in the films. Also, Palpatine being alive. That's not been mentioned either at all. So there we go. So much CGI Carrie Fisher and the back of her head. So she's dead in real life, and I'm pretty sure she was dead before the Last Jedi came out. So I don't know why they didn't rework the film, which I think they finished off with like CGI Carrie Fisher as well. I don't know why they didn't just have her die in that bit where the control room gets blown up and everyone gets sucked into space. That would have been a fine ending. Perhaps she saved everyone and died herself. Hero's death. So the galaxy does seem to be regressing. Not only do stormtroopers drive around on like snowmobile type vehicles, which have got wheels instead of hovering like basically every other vehicle in the entire galaxy does, but the Millennium Falcon is towed by cables instead of, I don't know, a tractor beam. And people are using like knives and axes and clubs and stuff instead of cool laser weapons, which everyone else has. And in the last film as well, the effort of projecting yourself across space was enough to kill Luke Skywalker, Jedi extraordinaire. But in this, oh, and it said that like Snoke, when Rey and Kylo Ren were doing it, he was doing it because he's well good with the Force as well. But in this, they're still having their like telepathic conversations and stuff. It didn't kill them. So what's going on? There we go. Why did they bother with the whole C-3PO will have his memory erased if we do this? Drama. If, like, he gets his memories back an hour later anyway. Probably not even an hour later. What was the point? Same thing with fake killing Chewbacca. Half an hour later, he was, like, back with the rest of the team. Everyone was happy again. Why do that? Also, pretty sure there wasn't a second ship. So why did you have two ships to kill Chewbacca? Doesn't make any sense. Conehead the robot, he was there just to sell toys. Lando is asked by some lady, oh, where are you from? This appears to be the first time they've ever spoken, by the way. Not, who are you, how you doing, where are you from? He's like, oh, I'm from here. Where are you from? She's like, oh, I don't know. He's like, let's go find out together. Setting up another bloody spin-off. Ugh. This was the first adventure that we've seen like the main cast have together, and I don't really feel that they've kind of earned the best friend status, which is assumed. So much plot armor. There's a bit where the heroes enter an enemy base and smoke a bunch of fools, and they're doing it basically without even looking. They're like shooting people behind them. Oh, bloody amazing! They're so good at their jobs, and the stormtroopers are terrible. They can't hit nothing, even though Finn is a stormtrooper. He was trained to be a stormtrooper. Surely he should be as good as all the others. Same with that other character who's a stormtrooper. And she gave up being a stormtrooper. She's got pretty good aim as well. But none of the current stormtroopers can shoot. Anyways, not the point. So the heroes are doing their one-shot kills, blah, 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 blah. And then one of the heroes gets hit and it's a flesh wound. And it's, very inconvenient. But he's not dead like everyone else is. And there's a bit where Hux, he gets shot in the leg, and you see him later and he's got a bandage on his leg. Number one, is that really the best technology that this galaxy can produce? A bandage. Number two, it's a bloody bandage, and the lasers are supposed to cauterize wounds. That's what's happening literally every other time someone's been shot. The whole using a knife as a map was bullshit. It just doesn't work. What if the person wasn't standing in exactly the right place? Right, at the end of the Return of the Jedi, I'm pretty sure the Death Star was blown up into like dust, basically. So there were no huge chunks left to fall on planets. Even if huge chunks did fall on planets, okay. Pretty sure that they wouldn't still have power like 30 years later or something along those lines. Doesn't make any sense. There was no real threat to Rey because she's at least as good as Kylo Ren, and she's just going around lightsaber and stuff because no one else has got a cool lightsaber that they can defend themselves with. Kylo, oh no, he's surrounded by the Knights of Ren, who we haven't seen do anything apart from look menacing. I wonder if he's going to be okay. Yeah, of course he's going to be okay. They've got, like I was saying earlier, like clubs and axes and stuff. You're in space, man. Don't have a blunt weapon. Stupid. I always thought that the force fields in like the cargo bays in many of these movies were some sort of solid, or maybe they only let inorganic matter through, so spaceships could go through. But the vacuum of space isn't ripping the air out of the entire ship or something along those lines. But Rey seems to like walk through one. That's just some headcanon that didn't make any sense for me. Why was Rey throwing wood onto a burning TIE fighter? It was already burning. It's not like she was stocking up so that, that was her bonfire for the evening and she was going to cook her dinner on it later. Stupid. If your landing gear doesn't work, why don't you do something we've seen that exact ship do before? Like slow before it lands, hover, and then lower yourself down. Yeah, originally or ideally it would land on its landing gear, but so what, you drop a couple of foot, it's not going to be as much damage as crashing into the side of a hill like you're the goddamn Roswell aliens. Anyways, don't know why I'm so upset. I do. So they've got 16 hours before Palpatine, who for Christ knows how many years has apparently been having people build spaceships under the radar. Anyway, they've got like 16 hours before he's going to launch an attack. Nice of him to give in a timeline. And then there's a bit where like, oh no, we've only got 8 hours left. Bloody time. And then there's another bit where they're all like, well, I guess we'll wait until morning. Are you in a rush? Are you not in a rush? What's going on? We saw Final Order, Empire, just call it the Empire, saw their ships falling out of the sky on planets we haven't previously seen in the film. So what were those ships doing there? Why were they going to launch a ground assault on the guidance tower at all? Why not just blow it up from your bloody spaceships? Shoot it. Yeah. At the end, Rey does a whole thing, Skywalker Ranch or whatever it is. Pretty sure that's the one where George Lucas lives. But she buries Luke and Leia's lightsabers. A, what happens if you need those in the future? B, what if some kids dig those up? Dangerous. Um, right, so the threat in A New Hope is a big laser. In Return of the Jedi, it's a big laser. In The Force Awakens, it's a big laser. In The Rise of Skywalker, it's a big laser. In Rogue One, it's a big laser. Why is the most dangerous thing in the world a big laser? At least the bloody crappy battle droids were something different, honestly. Rise of Skywalker seems like a title that A.J. Abrams had like thrown on him because it doesn't really work. I thought Skywalker was going to be the name of like the new Jedi Academy or the new Rebel fleet, which they helped to defeat the evil dudes. It's not. At the end of it, Rey just changes her name to Skywalker, which seems nice. Bloody, that's an homage to Luke Skywalker, a guy she spent like 2 days with instead of Princess Leia, who's apparently been training her since the last film. Mm. It's also Darth Vader's name, so was she going, yeah, big up Luke Skywalker, don't think about his dad, he was a space Nazi though. Anyways. And yeah, whatever. So rating out of 5 beers, I'll give this a 3. I don't think this kind of built up all the hype that it was like, oh, it's all been building to this. I felt it was kind of a bit flat. And going into the film, or before the film, I wasn't really that jazzed to see it. And then, like, a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and the music started, and I was like, yeah! And I let myself hope and dream. And, well, there was someone talking the entire way through the film, which didn't help. But, I just felt this kind of felt a bit flat. Yeah. So yeah. Bye.